something completely shocking has just happened. Jin, the eldest member of BTS, has now officially become the best-selling K-pop solo artist in the United States in 2025. Yes, he's not just competing, he's leading. For years, Jin was affectionately called Worldwide Handsome, the visual of BTS, the one who brought laughter with his dad jokes and warmth with his heart. But today, he is proving to the world that he is so much more than just a pretty face. He is a history maker. The rise of EXO. Let's pause and really take that in. Out of all the soloists, out of all the rising stars in K-pop, it's Jin who has risen to the very top of US album sales. And how did he do it? With passion, patience, and music that connects deeply with millions. His second solo album, EXO, released in May, has been unstoppable. For 17 weeks, it stayed on the Billboard World Albums chart, making it the longest-running K-pop solo album of 2025. This isn't just about numbers, it's about staying power. It's about music that people return to, again and again, because it heals them, empowers them, and comforts them. The power of Don't Say You Love Me. And then there's his title track, Don't Say You Love Me. In just 107 days, it crossed 400 million Spotify streams, the fastest K-pop song to achieve that this year. It lived on the Spotify Global Top 50 for 111 days, peaking at number 5 worldwide, and set records in Japan by holding the number 1 spot on Spotify for 73 consecutive days. That's not just hype, it's love on repeat. Recognition beyond numbers. But Jin's artistry isn't only about commercial dominance. Recently, Forbes Korea ranked him number 1 in their Hidden Masterpiece Artist list, recognizing singers whose songs are underappreciated gems. Against heavyweights like Stray Kids, aespa, and even fellow BTS member J-Hope, Jin captured more than half the votes. Why? Because his voice is both powerful and tender. It can fill stadiums but also whisper directly to your heart. Songs like Epiphany and Moon aren't just fan favorites, they're considered K-pop masterpieces. With tracks like This Night and The Astronaut, he revealed vulnerability and intimacy, almost like a personal diary in song. And EXO marked another milestone. Songs he helped write himself, his own handwriting of emotions turned into music. Forbes described him as an artist who could win on any topic, a tour that made history. Jin's influence doesn't end in the studio. His first ever solo world tour, the Run Sok Jin Tour, redefined what's possible for Asian soloists. With 217,000 fans attending and $32.5 million in revenue, it became the highest-grossing solo tour by an Asian artist ever to appear on Billboard's Top Tour monthly chart. Imagine it. Stadiums packed, tens of thousands of voices singing his lyrics back to him. Tears, laughter, unity. It was more than a concert. It was a movement. A journey, years in the making. What makes Jin's journey extraordinary is how unexpected it feels. For years, he was seen as the quiet member, sometimes underappreciated musically. But step by step, song by song, he built his legacy. Awake in 2016, Epiphany in 2018, Moon in 2020, each one a chapter, leading to this moment. And now in 2025, the story has exploded into history, his own history. Fans know it too. Social media is filled with confessions like, Jin's voice saved me during my darkest times, or he's finally getting the recognition he always deserved. Others call his music medicine. That emotional bond is what makes his records matter. Behind every stream, every ticket, every album sale is a person who feels seen and comforted by Jin's art. Legacy in the making. Jin is no longer just a K-pop idol. He is a global pop icon, a songwriter, a performer, an artist carving out a legacy that will endure. 2025 will be remembered as the year Jin didn't just shine, he became unstoppable. And perhaps the most exciting part? This feels like just the beginning.